Three reasons why SMART goals don't work, or at least don't work as well as you want them to. Hi, I'm Bowie Madu. I'm the host of the Grind Scheme podcast, and I just wanted to share with you this quick soundbite of three reasons why SMART goals don't work. And for those of you who are in managerial roles, or perhaps you're a professional that struggles with this concept or thinks it's kind of bogus, you might be onto something. However, um, I caution you and say look a little bit further behind the curtain of productivity mythology and legend and understand some of the underpinnings or some of the things that might be actually ruining your chances of being able to use or leverage the SMART goal model to fulfill on those things that are important to you. So to kick it off, there's all kinds of best practices these days that are what I call that are now productivity legend, right? As in, there's kind of tales of like what works and what doesn't work and all these things. But ultimately, the proof is always going to be in the pudding as far as what works for you. And so as I mentioned, these best practices are supposedly accepted as the way to ensure success and results. Some of these best practices include the 20-80 rule, which is based on the Pareto principle, which states that 80% of results come from 20% of actions taken, right? Or if you look at a team, 20% of those teams are producing 80% of the results of that team. While this is certainly a smart way to contextualize or reevaluate, your activities, it doesn't go as far when your goals are poorly set up. This is the reason why SMART goals make a difference for those who are self-proclaimed big picture types. With SMART goals, you have the content, or I should say, with SMART goals, you have the context of five elements, right, to a goal. So the context of these five elements that I speak of usually go overlooked by those who feel they're too busy to look at the details of what it's going to take to make their plans and objectives a reality. So let's define SMART goals. So what are SMART goals and why are they so crucial? For starters, SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. And the significance of each of the five elements are clearly defined in an article. I'll leave the details below for that article, in an article by Atlassian.com. And ultimately, if your goals aren't specific enough or identified as achievable, aka realistic, or relevant, i.e., understood in the context of how it applies to you or the project, and answering the question of the what's in it for me principle, and if your goal isn't also given a time-based window for fulfillment, you're screwed. But in this week's podcast, we talk about what to do when you have SMART goals and you're still in danger of not reaching them, and what to consider to correct course. So with that being said, let's jump into three reasons why SMART goals don't work. For those who want shallow answers, here's the three reasons up front why SMART goals don't work. One is a lack of goal ownership, right? If you are someone who, you often find yourself being given the goals, hey, here's what the goal is, here's what the goal is, and you don't kind of feel that you know where you dovetail into that goal or that objective, then you are going to lack a sense of goal ownership, right? As in, you don't know how to make it your own. And without that kind of sense of making it your own, you're not going to get too far. Second, lack of emotional buy-in or commitment for reaching the goals. I can go on about this, but I'll just say this. Those who are passionate are able to produce more than those who are not. When a goal or goals have been set before you, whether it's your own goals or the goals of another or goals of a team that you are a part of, emotional buying is a necessity, right? And that emotional buying can range from a sense of pride, a sense of accomplishment, um, an experience of appreciation, all those things, right? And sometimes even fear, right? You get to live another day, you get to save your job, or you get to be indispensable or demonstrate that you are indispensable in your role. Without some kind of emotional buy-in, your SMART goal, isn't going very far. And the third thing is a lack of vision or visualization of the objectives and outcomes. Briefly, this means that if you are not someone who, as the goal is being played out or as you're fulfilling on it, you don't have a ritual or a routine of looking at these objectives and outcomes, and having an experience of the anticipated outcome, as in the sense of relief that you'll experience, as in identifying whether it's a bonus that's going to be provided and what that means for your own sort of financial choices, decisions, or mobility, whether it's a down payment on a new home or a car or school fees, whatever they may be, right? Without a sense of sort of visual, a visual connection and an experience of what the anticipated outcome is going to be, your SMART goals won't work as well as you want them to. So as I mentioned in this podcast, which I'll also provide the link for below, I dig a little deeper for those who want a peek behind the curtain of productivity, mythology, and legend to gain deeper insights into what might ruin their next project before it starts and what to do to fix it. Thanks for listening, or thanks for watching, I should say, and thanks for listening to the podcast in advance. If you've liked this video, please subscribe to the channel, because there is more content to come to inspire or touch, move, and inspire you towards higher levels of productivity and performance. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.